Hello, Internet, YouTube, and all my Illuminaries and Mysterians. Yes, here we are playing Shadow of Mordor. Now, this is one of my endless challenges. The great part about the endless challenge, the Trials of War, is that you're not actually playing the game. You're just, well, taking out your stress on the local orc population. And, honestly, the orc population is seriously overburdening the local ecology, so I slim them out a little bit and try to find a way to get some stress relief. So as I am relieving my stress, I have to say it requires a little bit of stealth, a little bit of running, a little bit of happy, joy, let's blow up the orcs, yes. And of course one survived, but that's fine because I'm going to need him to recover some of my elf shot. So there we go, terrify them, and then, well, make short work of it. This is the habit I tend to repeat when I'm really wanting to just end the orcs that are, when I'm feeling enough stress that I just really want to be over and handle just laying a sword into something. Well, this is my laying a sword into something mode, and I have to say, it's everything I could hope it would be, because since there's no real time limit, I'm able to, lay waste to orc after orc, jump up on them, jump down on them, run through them, execute them from a distance with arrows. This is the way I get through those times when situations seem to want to just push me too far. And, well, hey. So I beat up the pixels. Free some slaves. How can I be upset with that? We look at the big map, we look at something close by, and we go running into it. I have an absolute love for this game. I will have to admit, it vents most of my stress when I'm really needing to just chill out. And I try to be stealthy as I can. Since I'm not really good at stealth games, it's amazing that I can do well with this game. So that being said, I am going to interrupt the feast. And I like how all of the particular things, they have kind of a mini cutscene. They introduce the primary bad guy that you're gonna fight, and I'm trying to get up better distance, get better shot on that grog, because grog is highly explosive, and though it doesn't really hurt the ones who use a shield, it does allow me to pounce up on them and look at that, isn't that and we have to block and strike, counter and kick, and do all the things necessary to end just another orc. And this is where he's telling me all about myself, about how the grog must be affecting him. Yeah, it's probably because I splashed it all over you. Now let's see if I splash all of me all over you. And another beheading. So, and this orc. And I think what it is, I have my mouse settings changed. I think I'm going to have to adjust them. But in the end, it's all about enjoying myself. And that's what I'm trying to do here. Now, if I remember correctly, there we go. There we go. Bounce over them. I love the vault. It allows you to get behind your opponent and stun them at the same time. with a Wraith Stun, the ones that would block your Wraith Stun are normally affected by it when you can use the Wraith Stun in conjunction with the flip style of get away and see. As I use that Shadow Strike, it is, and I will harvest information from him. Yes, tell me what's on your mind. So, the Endos challenge has already started. It brought out a lower level boss. Now here's another one. I have to select him. And those spear carriers, they are a pain in the butt sometimes. Because the hunters, that's what they call them, hunters. Hunters are sometimes not nearly as difficult to fight as the ones with shields, because the shields, they can actually block you, but I've successfully, I did not vault over him. And now I did do the flurry strike, and an attempt at an execution, and another vault and flurry strike, and attempted an execution, and a vault, and a flurry. Now, that is how you make short work of most of the lower level bosses. Some are immune to it, which is really scary when you can't vault over them and you can't beat on them, and they're immune to arrows. There are some that are the only thing you can do is burn them. Now I'm trying to poison a Grog, but I think if I remember, I don't have that that skill yet. This is like my 5th or 6th playthrough of the game. I truly enjoy getting to play this game. It's just like what I've always hoped a good swords and sorcery style game to be. Alright, at least offline. Here we go, we have another lower level boss. Now there are some times where their power is low enough that it's actually worth it to let them kill you and advance in rank, because you really need to get the higher level collectibles. You need a higher level opponent.
Stroll in the mountains, remembering how the men of Gondor screamed.
That being said, he's gonna tell me all about myself. And this is that failed block broke my hit streak, so. But now I can still get that lovely attempt at an execution. There's another ground execution. Flip me off. Flurry, and I think we've got a death here. And slam! The unpleasantness of slamming a sword right through that section of the throat, right by the collarbone. Ooh. I am so glad I'm not that character. Dagger. Now, the assassination attempts that you have to lay out are pretty interesting. So as long as you can line up your blocks at the right time, you can actually do very well with this game. It's a matter of just really good timing, keeping track of your opponents, putting sometimes your current target between you and the rest of a group, so that here I blow up his head, execute his buddy. That being said, there is just nothing like playing through this game, being able to bring down orcs as they're chasing down the slaves, looking to kill them. And you know, something that brings me to a lovely point, that a little off game. You know, there are a lot of very good games out in the current generation. I have to say, some I feel are better than others. I've got over a dozen, you know, MMOs that I'm involved in, so it's kind of gets confusing to keep them all straight. The major difficulty is not in keeping the storyline straight, just in the fact of having enough time to service all these different games. So I have 3 or 4 that I seem to be extremely fascinated with, and that is one of them right here, is Shadow of Mordor. Because there's just something about being able to lay waste to entire large crowds of offensive creatures, even when I forget to watch my back sometimes. You know, the big thing is I'm looking at slimming down the games I play in, but I love all the ones I play in so much. You know, one of the big games I tend to play almost every day is DCUO. Because, you know, something that's me exercising my need to be a hero. And here we go. This one I'm interrogating, but he's a worm, so he'll actually give me some info. Not just the name and potential location of a boss, but information on his weaknesses as well. So now I have to deal with the current crowd. Damn. I'm liking a lot of games that have come out. Mainly Daybreak is really keeping my attention with their games. You know, between EverQuest 2, Landmark, which is the closed beta for what will eventually become EverQuest Next, DCUO, and then there's just then the rest of it is you know, D&D style stuff, or you know, what little sci-fi I do, Star Trek Online. I'm really looking for where my niche is, but my Orks, my stress relief, absolutely my stress relief. It is the place I spend my time and my effort trying to prove that I'm better off than I seem at these games. You know, because dealing with all this stuff with the physical conditions I have to deal with. I mean, yeah, I'm a little overweight, but that doesn't affect my health as much as the fact that I just have a bad heart. I have an oversized heart. You know, it's been severely damaged over the years from having bad valves. I've had multiple strokes. I've had 2 aneurysms in my brain. And, you know, it slows you down. The reaction speed, I'm no longer where I could be for competitive gameplay. So I can't compete with all these young kids doing League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm and, you know, whatnot. Though I am in Ark Survival Evolved, I have to tell you, that is a rough game. I mean, you take a rest anywhere, you're dead. Eventually a dinosaur's finding you. So how do I deal with it? I know that I'm gonna lose everything because I don't have a tribe, and then I come here and play a little more Shadow of Mordor and vent all my stresses, make myself carefree. Now, I don't like those orcs all gathering up at that fire. I'll give myself a good clear shot of the fire, and ammo. Because none of them are shield bearers, I don't have to worry about that. They've all found a way to die at the tip of my flaming ball of ugliness. So, so here's the next event, and I think this one is a trial by ordeal. So now, trial by ordeal, the great part is they are fighting against something, and with that, they will succeed or fail. And you obviously want them to fail, but also to get better power-ups for your gear, you have to let them increase, and sometimes you have to let them successfully increase their attempt. And so here we go, we have him doing his thing. I'm gonna line myself up for a good shot. And that's not it. Move along this wall a little. There we go. And I'm going to actually try to kill the Caragor. The Caragor is the issue. He's invulnerable to range. The Caragor is not. And now, because I have no more focus, I am in real time against slow-mo time. So his power is increased. If I hop down on him, and though he's invincible to ranged, he will engage me, and at least the Shadow Strike was a quick way to get face to face with him. So, like I said, sometimes it is important to let your opponents grow. And the only way to let them grow sometimes is to let them fight with you and succeed. So, we all lay waste to a couple of his buddies. And there we go, a little more. Just one more strike and an execution. Okay, so no more trying to get out of that crowd, and here we go. There, another good execution. This is where most of the work comes in, is where you have to fight and fight. And see, I get struck by the guy with the poison, and I don't line it up in time to get the right choice. I struck the wrong key, in fact. And so he goes up in power for killing me. And now his power is increased, so his power is 18, and started at 16. The duel allows that one to fight his way to the top, because orcs love to fight amidst themselves. And this is where we say goodbye to my ability to play for the day. So, that being said, it's time to quit. Yes.